Hey to the people. Uh-oh, I'm echoing. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh. Hey to the people. Oh, Lord. Hello? Oh, Lord. 1 second. All right, there we go. Hey, y'all. Hey to the people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It is time for the Real Housewives of New York City. Now, I know you guys are looking like, what the hell? What is he doing? Why didn't he give us notice? And that's because I am this year doing things that are passionate for me, as well as things that I know that the No Chaser TV audience enjoys. And I have become all in on the Real Housewives of New York. Did it help that I got a little tea? Yes, it did help that I got a little tea. But we're going to go ahead and review the remaining episodes of this season. I don't know if we're going to do the reunion, but the last 3 episodes of this season, we're going to go ahead and talk about them because I have something to say. My name is Jasmine Masters, and I have something to say. My name is No Chaser TV, and I have something to say. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. As you come in the room, I'll shout you out. But the thing is, I could have done it recorded, but I really love to do it live because the energy is just different live. I don't know. My energy is different live. So we're going to do it live. Hey, if you're over there watching on X, hey, if you're over here watching on YouTube, and make sure that you guys go ahead and follow us on all of our social media. That is Tickety Talk, the TikTok, that is X, that is Instagram, and we now have a Facebook page. So go over there, check us out. It is No Chaser TV. It'll pop right up. All right, let's go ahead and try to get into this because, baby, the girls have gotten me to move to chorus, meaning they're moving me to want to have something to say about their show. Finally, I reviewed all last season as a part of the lean. But this season, let's be honest, this season of The Real Housewives of New York, it really was not given what it was supposed to have gave. It really wasn't given. That's just the true tea about it. But these last couple of episodes, starting with Rebecca getting Brynn ass together. Rebecca got Brynn together, and I love that for Rebecca. Um, because y'all know Rebecca really wasn't giving us much of anything. It was definitely giving snooze fest, and but she woke up when it was time to get Brynn together finally after a season long of being poked by that lady. So kudos to you, Rebecca. And I actually think Rebecca may surprise at the reunion. I know that's going out on a limb. If she's even there, I don't even know if they invited her, but did they invite her? Did the seating chart come out? I don't know. But what I do know is Rebecca's kind of surprising me. So whatever. Maybe I just have super low expectations. All right, so the girls are in Puerto Rico, and we start with Brynn, Cy, and Erin doing what they do best, and that's hating on Jessel. Sitting around having a gab fest about everything that they do not like about Jessel, which is what bonded them in the first place, being haters. So for everybody who is saying that Cy has changed this season and we're seeing a softer Cy, it's a softer Cy in the front, covering up a whole bunch of bullshit because Cy is as Cy has always does. Done. As Cy has always done. And that is basically, it's still mean. I don't care what y'all say. I feel like it's still mean. I feel like she's still mean. I'm not buying a new Cy. I'm not buying it. Um so Erin says that we and everyone can picture her having sex with Abe, but no one can picture Jessel having sex with Pavitt because they come off more like friends as opposed to a married couple. And it's like, Can we really picture Erin and Abe having sex? Like, can you really like just? I'm getting nothing. I don't really picture that. So, sorry, Erin. Nobody wants your husband more than you do, or maybe Brynn. I don't know. Sai says that she's actually done with Pivot after Pivot called the ladies a B last season, more specifically called Sai the B word last season, called her a bitch. And so she's done with him because she hasn't received an apology. And you know what? Rightfully so. I understand that you're done with him over there. Like I wouldn't deal with him either, but does Jessel know that you're done with him? Does Pivot know that you're done with him? Did anyone in the viewing audience know that she was done with him? She says she's a master at ignoring. She must be so good at ignoring people that the people that she's ignoring do not know that she's ignoring them, which may be, I guess, the end goal. But when I ignore you, you're going to know it. Oh, baby, I'm not talking to you without me saying a word. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. I know we say ignore, but it's given invincible, invisible. Like, does anybody know Sai is not paying attention, or excuse me, Sai is ignoring Pavit? I don't think anybody knows. Oh boy. Um, they talk about how Jessel is a social climber and is always talking about events. Brynn says that she's mad at Jessel after Erin tells Brynn that Jessel was mad at her about skipping her at an event. And Brynn says, dude, like my dog, I had to go take care of my dog. She says that Jessel, let's be honest, old Jessel has a new face and different teeth, and that she has glam and photographers everywhere, and even at her kid's birthday party. Erin says it's not authentic to have kids, at that area that they were at, having photographers and stuff like that. And I just want to say it's not authentic for you. You don't do that. Some people are extra, okay? and and all of you guys are extra in different ways. Brynn, I'd venture to say that while you're very plain when it comes to your hair, you're very plain when it comes to your makeup, you're very extra in the way that you um, make self-deprecating sexual innuendos. Everybody's over it. You're very extra in the way that you um, lie so much. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. That's super extra. And so she's extra in the way that she likes to have her photographers and do her glam and be glamorous and da 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 da. She's a real housewife. Okay. Some people do. Dr. Heavily tells a great story about Phaedra always saying, oh, honey, I don't leave the house without hair and makeup. I don't care where I'm going. That works for Phaedra. That works for Jessel. And the thing is, these ladies do a lot of projecting. Just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It doesn't work, comma, for you, period. Stop hating. They play past the pubes around, which is super gross. I don't want to know anything about Jenna's. I don't want to know about that. Let's just move forward. It's gross. Um, Erin tells Jenna why Jessel was upset at Brynn, and Jessel asks, "Was there ever a moment where she?" Jessel says that she was asked, "Was there ever a moment that she was upset with Brynn?" And Brynn said, "Excuse me." Jessel says it was the one time that Brynn jumped in front of her in line, right? And so Jessel says that she's on a schedule. She had to feed her children at 6 o'clock, and Brynn just hopped in front of her, didn't say anything, and got her pictures taken. And it was because she had to go take care of her dogs. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I'm afraid of dogs. So I may be speaking of a place because I don't really subscribe to the dog theory. And I know a lot of people love their dogs. So this is not an attack, but dogs are not children. You love your dog, but you know, I gotta go feed my kids. Get your ass in the back. I think it's super rude, and I think that that is super manipulative. The way that Brynn was trying to turn that, and we'll get into that in just a few moments. Let me say, hey, hey, hey there, Sean. What's going? Sean, what's going on? Is I watched the episode of New York, and I want to talk about it, and so I posted it, and we went live, and so that's how that happened. Um, I want to talk about it. And I think I'm going to want to talk about the rest of this season because I've actually had enough and seen enough of what's that lady name? Of Brynn. I've had enough of Brynn. I really have. So there we have that. Um, hey, Mr. Jones. No, we can't. I know. I'm not. I know. I'm not. Hey, Patricia. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, like I mean, girl, give it up. What's Miss thing name? Give it up, Miss Erin, girl. Can't nobody picture you having sex with that man, and nobody wants to picture you having sex with that man. Okay, it's not given. Um, Anyways, so Brynn hops in front of Jessel in the line because she has to go take care of her dog. And like I said, I understand that you're a dog mom or whatever, but she's a child mom, and so Brynn does not like you talking about her lack of mothering at this moment because she doesn't have children. And I'm surprised she didn't make that an attack on her motherhood because Jessel wanted to go take care of her kids, but girl, give it a fucking break. Like, so sick of her. Oh yeah, it was good, Sean. I really enjoyed the episode. Dogs definitely can wait. So she did it with so much without so much as asking her if it was okay. And Jessel said that she had to be there at home to take care of her kids and feed them at 6. And Brynn's excuse for jumping in front of her was she had to take care of her dog, which is not the same thing. Jenna says that girls always dream of doing their hair, their makeup, and it's something that girls like to do. And so she doesn't see anything wrong with Jessel wanting to be super glammed up whenever she chooses to because it's her choice and it should not affect Brynn in the way that it does. And that's because Brynn is a hater. She's a hater. Um, Jessel is living her dream. Let her be. To someone like Jessel, who describes how she grew up, I'm sure being on television, having press, having this newfound attention. I won't say fame because y'all don't watch it enough for her to be famous, but this newfound attention is thrilling for her. And what's so wrong? Like people make it a issue for you to bask in what you do. Like, why can't she bask in the glow of being a real housewife if that's what she's truly, genuinely happy about? And it opening doors and her doing press and her, wanting to take glam and, seeing something that she wants to make a little tweak. I don't understand what the issue is. Like, girl, give it a break. Anyway. Jessel says that should she not get her hair and her makeup done? Like, should I not? Like, I mean, what's the big deal, Brynn? And Brynn says that she doesn't do that when she goes to her birthday party. She just shows up, shit faced, wasted, and having done her own makeup. And that's the issue. That's the difference. That's how you choose to live your life. You choose to show up to set looking a mess. That's you, diva. That's not her. It's almost in the way that um on OC, Gina was saying like, why is Jen getting her hair and her makeup done if she does not have a job and she was evicted and all these things? That's her business. That's how she chooses to live her life, girl. You choose to show up to set looking a mess and the wig one way and the dress going the other. That's your business. And the difference is Jessel, I believe, has the money to fund her lifestyle, I guess. I mean, besides them saying that everything in Jessel House got tags on it. which was low. Because why do we need to know that? At least she has furniture in a house. A house is not a home, but what is Brynn's shack? I don't know. I really don't like Brynn. I don't know if you guys can tell. Um, anyway, Rebecca's team Jesselyn tries to go ahead and smooth it over and explain Jessel's point. Nobody reacts. Nobody cares. Poor Jessel. Excuse me. Poor. What's the lady name? Poor. See, I forgot her name, and I'm talking about her in the middle of the sentence. Poor Rebecca. Nobody cares. Um, but don't act like Jennifer Aiden. Well, you don't have to be a Karen about it. But they weren't accusing her of being a Karen. They were accusing her of being vain. And like you can be a lot worse than vain. I'm just saying. There's a lot of other worse things. You could be a liar, like Ubah. I mean, excuse me, like Brynn. Ubah thinks that Brynn shouldn't be bitter. She should be better. And thinks that it's ironic that the one time, excuse me, she should be better. Now, Bryn thinks that it's ironic the one time that Jessel has an issue with her is when there has something to do with photography, leaning back to the fact that she has an issue with her, and the issue is vain, boiling down to the fact that she's vain, and she was upset that Bryn disrupted her vainness. No, I'm upset that you were rude as fuck and you cut me in a line and then you wouldn't even like say anything. And when I ask you about it, it's, oh, I gotta go see my dogs. Excuse me. You can get behind me and go see that dog, but I gotta go home to feed my children. Okay, so no, and we're on a routine, and toddlers need a routine. No, we break the routine one day with a toddler, and they think it's broken forever. No, no, no. So it's not the same thing. So stop it. Everybody, I think Brynn thinks she's the smartest person in the room. Nope, like stop. She is so annoying. Brynn says she has millionaires calling her in the middle of the night. Don't say that out loud because then you'll be weaponizing, her being cute, and now she's gonna leverage that into you saying that a billionaire has paid for everything she's had, which is like not the case. Um, they need to get off my girls, Jessel and Ubah. Jessel, maybe. Ubah. I, mm, I don't want to say Ubah is justified, but her temperament is a little off putting. And that's the way I'll put it. I'll put it nicely. Her temperament is a little hard to deal with, a little rough. Yeah, Sean, Uber is always mad, but they're always doing something maddening. They're always doing something worth being mad about. They're passing around photos of a man's dingling of her husband. I don't want to see that. Like, stop it. Can we do something else? Like, there's always a reason why she's upset, and I think that um, she may want to learn to get the temper correct. But I don't think that she's unjustified at the things that she's been upset at this season. Um, anyway, Erin says that Jessel was really upset, and Jessel says, "You better back that shit up because I wasn't really upset. I just didn't like what she did, and so you can shut the fuck up with that because that's not the truth." And Raquel is over them because this group has a thing with telling each other to shut up. And I'm gonna tell you this: I don't like nobody telling me to shut up, right or wrong. You better figure out another way to get your point across. Don't tell me to shut up. I'm not here for that. I do not like that. So yeah, let's find something else because that's not it. That's not the move. It's not. Not at all. Hmm. Uber can definitely handle herself. Hey, everybody. Got some people over there on X. How y'all doing? Um, Aaron says that Jessel is scared of Brynn. I don't know. Do you guys think that Jessel is scared of Brynn? Because Jessel kind of wrapped her up at that table, so I'm not really sure if she's scared of her. Now, Brynn then goes and tells Erin that, excuse me, deep down, Jessel doesn't like her, and neither does Ubah. Erin isn't really convinced, but she does take some time and think about it. And Jessel says, "Excuse me, what's being said at the other end of the table? If you're saying something, say it out loud so everybody can hear it." I know that's right. If she's scared of Brynn, she's definitely not scared of you, Erin. So what about that? You may want to figure out that why she's not scared of you. Um, the girls then again start with the shut up thing, and Ubah is trying to stay out of it, but she's not going to be able to sit by idle too long watching them come for Jessel because she loves Jessel, and eventually she feels like she's going to have to step in if they don't back off. So what she does is disengages completely by attempting to go to sleep and just being in her phone and being disengaged from the conversation. And so Brynn sees that and stops poking with Jessel and immediately turns her attention to Ubah and says, "Well, you're boring me." All right, Diva, now you're going to get what you want. And that's the issue that I have with these girls. She goes and she says to Uber, "You're boring me." And Uber says, "Listen, I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not any of these people calling you in the middle of the night like Sean say. You said the billionaires are doing. I'm not your best friend. I am not here for your entertainment. So I don't give a damn if I'm boring you. I was over here in my phone. It's none of your business what I'm doing in my phone." And so then Bryn says, "Well, you should leave." And Uber's like, "Girl, I don't have to leave because you want me to. Girl, please." And Uber was absolutely correct. First of all, the conversation had nothing to do with Uber. So if Uber had chimed into the conversation, it would have been, "Well, this has nothing to do with you. You're mad because you're chiming in." Now I'm disengaging and choosing not to engage in your bullshit. You come poking over here, prodding with me, and now I'm angry because I want you to leave me alone. Girl, gone. She literally cannot win. And the thing about Uber is, not Uber, but the thing about Bryn is she pokes, 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 pokes. And then when she gets the reaction, she's like, "Oh my God, did you hear what they said? Did you hear what they did?" That is gaslighting. That is throwing the rock and hiding your hands. That's weak. And I feel like at this point, considering that we all know who the producer is of this show, it feels like they think that Uber's the only, not Uber, excuse me, that Bryn's the only one, quote unquote, working. Yes, girl, you're working, girl. Yes, girl, you're giving it to the people, girl. As a matter of fact, yes, girl, you're working, girl. Yes, girl, you're giving it, you're serving it, you're clocked in, diva. And so now she's doing that and she's literally going around pissing people off one by one. Most importantly, the viewers, because we all see through it. It's transparent. It's not something that's really covert. Like she's blatantly doing it in everyone's faces now, picking things. Yes, on Housewives, we have to have discussions, but when you come for somebody, everybody's in the group saying that she's mad, she's this, she's that. So then when you come for somebody who you know or you feel is like that and that's their temperament, and then they go and get mad at you or go off on you, why are you surprised that you went got cussed out? I don't feel bad for you. Next. Um Bryn then goes and tells the table, yeah, because it's remember she mentioned that she being Uber mentioned that she wanted all of us to pass away, which is, the D word, unalive, be whatever, right? I don't know what you can and can't say. I'm on a multitude of platforms, so be unalived or whatever. And they played the clip back. Uber was on her phone with the light in the Uber, and Bryn tells her to turn the light off because it's probably distracting the Uber driver, and she doesn't want him to be distracted. And so Uba again tells her to mind her business. What she does with her phone is her business and not Bryn's. And then she tells her, Bryn says, I mean, it's not like a photo shoot. Like nobody cares about your photo shoot. Like the world doesn't care. Nobody cares. And Uba shoots back. I don't care what the world thinks. The world and you can pass away. A little harsh, yes. But what you keep coming for her for? Like, leave her the fuck alone, dog. My thing, I would, if it were me and I felt like she was truly like this person that you couldn't speak it to. But first of all, y'all know me. I don't care whether or not you get mad. I'm coming right back at you. So you know I'm not like them. But okay, every time I ask her something that's a problem, how about none of us engage with her and then we'll see what happens next season if she gets a contract. Hell, if y'all get a contract, because honestly, at this point, even though this episode is good, what they need to do is just go ahead and get rid of half of this cast and bring Dorinda and them back. Bring Dorinda and Luann back and call it a day. That's what needs to happen. Ubah says that she's not Jesus and she's not going to turn the other cheek. So, all that, why are you here? Why are you here? In the words of Ubah, is not going to fly with her. The ladies get on the sprinter. Um, and Ubah says that Brynn is trying to bully her. Ubah says that she got this job being herself, and maybe Brynn got this job by sleeping with someone. Brynn is like, whoa, 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 what did you say? What did you say? Whoa, 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 don't you ever insinuate that I, slept with someone to get where I am. And da 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 da. And Raquel takes offense to it as well. And it is offensive. However, you've been poking with her. What did you expect? And so now we're supposed to hate Brynn because Brynn, not Brynn, but now we're supposed to hate Ubah because Ubah reduced you to the sexual innuendos, rivers, and lakes that you're used to. Because you're the one who makes all those sexual innuendos and self-deprecating jokes. So when you put it out there and you're surprised that's what comes back to you, whether it's right or it's wrong, you can't be surprised because you've led with sex. And I'm not saying that you deserve it, but what I'm saying is when you put it out there on the front street for people to gravitate to, that's what they're going to gravitate to first. They're going to weaponize that and use that against you and jab you with it. So if you're more than just sexual innuendos and puns, if you are this astute businesswoman, why haven't we seen any of that? Because we haven't. That's the issue. We haven't seen anything else from Brynn. I have not seen Brynn in a boardroom. Have you guys? I haven't seen Brynn devising a marketing strategy. I haven't seen Brynn be this world class, worldwide astute businesswoman. And how did you think I got here? And all of this stuff. I would love to see that. Brynn last year was like, I love to play chess. Why didn't Brynn go enter herself into a chess world championship and let us follow that? Like, I'm just saying, there's so much more to your personality that you say that you have and that you are, but you only show us, or we're only shown those particular aspects and facets. So when a person is fighting with you, they're going to take what hurts you the most, weaponize it, and use it against you. Just like you poke and prod at her because you know that triggers her for people to say that she's an angry black woman. And you even told her at the beginning of the season you didn't want the world to view her as an angry black woman so she can keep her white boyfriend. So therefore, what do? You keep poking, 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 poking. She blows up. We see the angry black woman, and you say, whoa, 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 whoa. I call bullshit on anything that Brynn has going on. You've been clogged. Whoop, there it is. Catch. Baby, I had to land that plane because no, ma'am, Miss Brynn, you're not gonna get, not me. You're not gonna, you may get the, not me, not me. You're not gonna get me with it. You're not gonna fool me with it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Swipe or no swiping. You're not gonna get me with it. You're not gonna fool me, Diva. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells for more at No Chaser TV. We're going to be here today at 6:15. We got happy hour coming. So that's all of the hot topics, divas. We got hot topics today, girls. Catch us at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then you can catch me over later on tonight at 8 o'clock on the Lean for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review. I'll be contributing over there tonight as well. So whoop, there it is. I got a busy day today, girl. I got a 3P. All right. Even Aaron Clark did it. Aaron said everything that I said. So, child, it is what it is. We see through you. It's just not even cute at this point. Jessel and Erin get home and talk, and they hash everything out. Erin tells Jessel that Brynn told her that honestly, Jessel may not like her that much. And Jessel says, first of all, she wouldn't go and say one thing to Erin and then go back and say one thing to Brynn, who she's not even cool with at the moment to that degree. And that's nothing but Brynn trying to play chess and disrupt natural flow and natural friendships. It's because she's a hater. The next day, Ubah and Sai are talking, and there's something that pissed me off because I don't know. It just so they're outside talking loudly, and it awakes Raquel and Jenna, and Jenna goes and checks it out, and Raquel is like, "Oh my God, is she fighting? Is this what we're waking up to? Like already? Like, is Ubah really that insufferable, or is she misunderstood?" That's the question I have because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. They're trying to say like everything that she does is based out of rage almost. And it's just like it's dead and it's tired. I don't know. I ask you, is she angry all the time? Let's not say anger, but like, is there a chip on her shoulder? Like, what's going on? But I did not like that Raquel did went there first and not try to figure out what happened. Automatically assume that Uber was fighting with someone else. Hmm. Sai tells Uba that they were talking about Jessel behind her back. And Uba says, listen, you should tell her because you guys are in a good place. And it's not cool to talk about people behind their backs. And you're better than that, Sai. So you should go tell her. And Sai says, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm glad that I have a friend like you who puts me in my place and checks me when I'm wrong. And I definitely should have a talk with with Jessel about us talking about her behind her back. The group is now at breakfast, and Erin says they all know that Brynn was poking at Ubah when Ubah sits down. And so it gives Ubah that silent solidarity that, listen, we know what she was attempting to do. And so you're good. We're not even tripping on last night. But everybody again tells Ubah that she should just let it go. And it's like, why do I always have to let it go? Why are you telling me to let it go? Tell her to stop being a lying, manipulative person. Tell her to stop being a gaslighter. Tell her to stick to the truth. Tell her to stop poking and prying with people. Tell her to be entertaining in other ways that is not like so childish. Like, have these conversations with her. Don't have it with me because when she come for me, I'm coming for her, and you're not gonna like what I have to say. So if you don't want me coming for anybody, tell them not to come for me first. Whoop, there it is. Like, where are the conversations on the other side of the room? Don't nobody want to be around someone who is always arguing right or wrong. Every show she's arguing. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. It's always an issue. No matter what, there is an issue. But they do a lot of dumb shit. So I mean, maybe this isn't the group for her because they're just childish and they do a lot of dumb shit. So that can be said too. So what are we saying that Ubah and Brynn need to go next season? Is there going to be a show for this particular group without a Uber or a Brynn? Because Erin can't do it. Erin does not have the range to be the shit stirrer. And Brynn, she's better than Erin, but she's not really good at it either. I'm just being honest. Do both of them have to go at this point? Anyways, Uber is confused as to why Brynn always is poking with her. When at BravoCon, something happened in Brynn's family, and Uber was there for her 10 toes down in any way that she needed. Uba says that she chooses her friends and her happiness because there are real things that are happening in the world, such as if your mother passes away or if a family member gets cancer and there's nothing they can do about it. She chooses her friends and her circle because when she comes on vacation, she doesn't come on holiday to be fighting all the time. She comes on holiday to have a good time with the friends that she's chosen. But it does trigger Erin, and Erin gets up from the table sobbing in tears because her family is battling illnesses. And it is revealed that her father is battling his second round of cancer. And so I wholeheartedly understand what Uba was trying to say. It was super tone deaf into the moment. It didn't need to go that far. You could just say, I choose my friends because when there's real life situations going down, this is the group of people I want around me to be there for me. And so when I go out of town with my group of friends, I don't go out of town with my group of friends, the people that I've chosen to be there with me through the thick and the thin, true blue and tight like glue to fight. And so therefore, Uba does not choose Brynn, and Brynn is not in her circle. So anywhere that Brynn gives it, Brynn can get it. You see, she just went super far, and it got a reaction, and she was not attempting to do so. I really don't believe it was with ill intent or any malice, but it's just a super raw subject when your parents are in the thick of it. Those are your parents. I love my mama, baby. I call her, I'd be like, girl, you sound tired. I'm finna cry on the phone because my mama sound tired. I don't like that. I don't like my mama sounding tired. So, like I get where Erin was coming from 100%. Uba goes and she really gives a good, passionate hug to Erin. And Erin, they hash it out. They move forward, but Erin feels like it was tone deaf. And she should have told Uba that, like, listen, I get where you were coming from. You just went too far, and it was tone deaf because I'm going through these things. So she did not really convey to her why she has such a major issue with it. Brynn, Erin, and Sai can go in that order. Uba needs to lighten up, and Brynn needs to calm down on the messiness. It's not even entertaining messiness. Like Kenya was messy in a very entertaining way, and we won't get that again ever. Nene was entertaining in a messy way. Portia is entertainingly messy. Ramona Singer, girl, the only thing I give her was that she was entertainingly messy. You can be messy and be entertaining, but for some reason, the girls struggle with that on this particular show, this particular group. Sai and Jessel talk about what Brynn said about Jessel while everybody's at breakfast. And Jessel says that she hasn't changed and she's still the same her to her core with a nip and a tuck and a little glam and a little photography. Brynn then comes into breakfast and she says, Brynn brought her agent to her birthday. Now, before we move forward, let's just clock that. let's just clock that Uba told Sai to tell Jessel that she talked about her behind her back. And Sai did tell her there was a conversation about her behind her back, but she did not tell her what she said. And she also didn't tell her that I'm also avoiding your husband because he called us bitches and he didn't apologize. And this is why these girls are not great housewives. First of all, there could be a story within itself with you um, doing a half tell, haphazardly telling, like, this is what happened and leaving myself out of it. So when the group finds out that you didn't tell Jessel what you said, then there's another issue to be had, right? That's one thing. But for you to leave her husband, that you're ignoring her husband off the table because he called you a B word, that is like authentic. That's organic. That is housewives. That is what we want you to do, Sai. Clock in and say, listen, I don't know what this means for me and your relationship, but until your husband apologizes for calling me a B, we're not good. And when she at the beginning of the season was like, I just love Jessel, I love Jessel, I love Jessel, it's a bunch of bullshit because you can't wholeheartedly love her without loving her husband. or being at odds with her husband and ignoring her husband. You can't love me without. I'm sorry, we won. So no. So why didn't she tell her then, and why isn't she telling her now? This is why you guys dropped the ball. Brynn is the worst. Hey Jay, Brynn is the worst housewives. Mm, is the worst housewife. Okay, yeah, you're right. Sean, Heavenly is entertainingly messy. Absolutely. Dr. Heavenly is a very entertainingly messy real housewife, not housewife, but reality television personality. I love Dr. Heavenly. I'm just gonna call on her shit. That's all. Last night we had a great time at the Married to Medicine reunion. Me and Sammy, y'all go and tune in, and yeah, it's streaming. And also this week we had Potomac and Love and Marriage Huntsville. So tune into that. And again today at 6:15, we're having our first happy hour of the new year. So hot topics today. Sierra content. Right. Sigh as a wallflower doesn't work. She's trying to kiss ass so that she doesn't get kicked out the show. Like, girl. Yeah, well, she's gonna get kicked out the show because she's not doing it right. You're supposed to kick ass, not kiss it. I don't know what's done got into her, but I don't like it. I need side hungry side of the show, but where's hungry side? Has Side been eating this season? Because that's the problem. Please feed her. Don't feed her, excuse me. But he does like Dory. Listen, hey, I ain't going there. You say you like Dory? All right. Um, Brynn says that she feels like it's different because like Jessel has a lot of photography around her now, and says when Jessel says when Brynn was going through her stuff, she was there for her. So how could she have changed if she was there for her when she was going through her stuff, being the same old down to earth Jessel? Um, you know, she doesn't understand that because she wouldn't have given a damn. Brynn says that she doesn't care for all of the photography and all of the glam and all of that. And maybe that's why she's close to Brynn. Now, did Brynn get whacked on accident? She's basically saying, I don't care for any, I like to be plain and just down to earth and just down plain Jane. And you're too like fabulous for me to connect because you're too vain. And here's the thing, right? Let me call out that vainness and that superficiality. If you are struggling to connect with someone, right? Because on the outside, they're prim, they're proper, they like to put on their glams, they like to do their makeup, they like to keep themselves up and to a certain standard. But when you're down on your luck, back against the wind, trying to make it no way to win, they're there for you in the trenches during your struggle, during your bad times, during your good times, and being an authentic friend to you with their fur and their meat coat and their feather boa on. Then is it that they have a problem being vain, or that you have the problem, you have the issue, and you are struggling with their superficialness because they're there for you? That's no longer Jessel's issue. It's your issue now because you can't see past the outer to see what the person is on the inner. You struggle with that, and you need to figure out why. And maybe it's because the way that you grew up, and so that triggers you to a degree. I don't know, but there's something that Brynn needs. There's some work Brynn needs to do because if a person there for me, they there for me. Listen, I got friends, and I'm gonna say it because I know they ain't watching. Because they real friends, real friends don't watch a shit. But some of them show up to the set what they had not done. Show up looking a mess, child. And I definitely struggled with my friends showing up to shit looking a mess. I really did. I got to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, were they good friends to me? If I need $5, can I call them right now and get them $5? If I need to be ministered to, if I need to talk something out, if I need to be heard, if I want to laugh, if I want to cry, if I want to sing, are they going to be my friend? Yes. And so I started taking the superficial aspect out of it in my way of like, oh, they're not dressed. They don't have on this label. They don't have on that. They don't look this way. They don't give that. And I started looking at the person from the inner. And that is how my friends are just such a hodgepodge of friends, girl, because I chose the people who were good to me. And I know that's something that people don't struggle with, but I did for a very long time struggle with choosing good friends because I was concerned with the outer and the popularity aspect of friendship and not what a true friendship is. And I've really dedicated the last 10 years to cultivating a friendship group that I call family and a friendship base. And some of them, they don't be done. If you look at a mess, but that's them, girl, that ain't me. I look good. And that is not a reflection on me. Okay. I sure hope they don't see this. Sean, we will talk about it at the full Real Housewives of New Jersey reboot. We'll talk about it at this is New York, Diva. Exactly. At least they show up, and that's what's important. It was a bit of a self read. Yeah, she read herself too. She read her. She read everybody. She read Jessel. This is why I'm not close to you. She read herself, and she read Erin because they be showing up the set looking a mess. Erin is in tears after brunch or breakfast or whatever again because she's really having a hard time as both of her parents are battling cancer. And Brynn hears that, attempts to go ahead and be there for her, and then quickly transitions the focus onto her and Ubah, and talks about the day before, and how Ubah, called her basically a concubine for opportunity. And Brand makes a joke about being Erin's mom, stepmom. So there we go again, right? If I was Erin, I'd have been like, I don't really want to hear about you on Uber right now. I'm in tears. I'm in disarray. I'm distraught. My parents are going through something that I can't control. And this is my dad's second time, and we're very close. And I just like, girl, everything Brandon at this point is starting to do is starting to piss me off. I'm just so sick of it. So sick of her. I'm sick of her. All right, the group goes to the childhood beach that Raquel has hyped us up about all season. I mean, all I feel like all season, all episode. And when they get there, things when you're a child, as you become an adult and you haven't seen them in years, and there's been a lot of distance between you and those things. It's kind of like, oh, hmm. I don't think this was hitting like I thought it would. So they get there, and Uba is not here for the childhood beach, and she tries to persuade Sai not to get in the water. Raquel thinks that Uba may be a little rude. Sai thinks that Uba should shut the fuck up. And Bryn thinks that maybe she shouldn't pee in that water. And that is the end of the episode. We're going to do New York for the next 3 weeks because there's only 3 episodes left in the season. So we're going to do this one, then we're going to do the next one, and the one after that. Yay! Because I'm encouraging you, and I'm telling you now what I know from what I know, if you know what I mean. And I'm not going into any detail. You guys are going to want to watch the next 2 episodes. You guys are going to want to watch the next 2 episodes of The Real Housewives of New York. Anybody want to call in really quickly and say anything about the episode? There's the link. Give me a call really quickly if you want to. Let me know what you're thinking. I would love to know what you guys think. Jay says that Brynn is insufferable. Absolutely. We're done with Brynn. And I don't want to give it up, but sometimes you just go too far. That's all I say. Sometimes you just go too far. But anyways, did y'all like the episode? The episode, I thought it had it going on. I liked it. I was a fan of it. And between this episode and the one prior to, I actually think that the Puerto Rico trip is the first thing that we've gotten this season that I could really hold on to. So I am excited about the rest of Puerto Rico and the rest of the season. And I don't know if we're gonna have any callers, but oh well, too bad. So sad. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will see you guys in a couple of hours for happy hour. And then yeah, that'll be that. So thank you. You guys have a good day and see you in a few hours with your cocktails. Bring your drinks, honey. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. I'm joking. I'm joking.